Hey Yappy fam, you're just in time. Let me cut you a warm piece of cassava cake. Come on in. When I think of comfort desserts, the thing that comes to mind the most is cassava cake. And I made this recipe a while ago, but since then I've refined my recipe, and that's what I really wanted to show you today. So today I'm going to show you a version that's a little bit of a spin off the classic version. In my mind, this is sort of like a Christmas cassava cake, and that's what makes it so special. And I'll tell you the secret ingredient in just a moment. The first step is we're going to separate our egg whites with the egg yolk. So right over here, I'm going to put in my egg whites and then the egg yolk. Okay, now I'm just going to break up the membrane. I'll just dump that in. Pour in our half a stick of melted butter. Okay. We have our brown sugar here. We have our cinnamon, salt, and what I'm going to do now is I'm to pour in half a cup of evaporated milk. And then now you're also going to need, you're also going to need your coconut milk, which I have in a bag here. And this is also half a cup. Then you're also going to need half a can of your condensed milk. Then this is a sweet one. And this you can just eyeball it. So that's about half a can. Okay, we'll give that a nice mix. Now we're going to do is we're going to open our 2 bags of cassava, and this is the grated cassava, okay? So you can go ahead and grate your own cassava, but I find this to be much more convenient. And then we're going to give it a nice mix. And the secret ingredient that makes it so special is I like to put a little bit of almond extract in my cassava cake. So now you have the cinnamon, and then you have the almond extract, and that makes it so lovely and just Christmassy. It's like a bowl of a warm hug, basically. So once we bake this, you'll have a nice slice or hug on a plate. the next step is we're going to grease the pan. I'm using here a 9x9 dish, but you can use whatever size dish that you have at home. But I'm just going to give it a light grease, and then I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper, and that's going to help it to come out later once it's baked. So I'm just going to grease it here. I'm just going to put a little bit on the bottom just so the parchment paper will hold. Now what I'm going to do is just put that down like this. Okay, so now we're going to pour our batter in. And just give it a little bit of a shimmy, a little bit of a shake, just so it really evens out. Okay, so in the oven it goes. About 50 minutes has passed, so I'm just going to test it to see if it comes out clean. Okay, it looks just about right. So I'm gonna take it out now. Ooh, look at that. Now this is my favorite part. So we're just gonna drizzle this over the remaining of the sweetened condensed milk. And then we're just gonna smooth it out. Go ahead and take a little bit of brown sugar and just crumble that on top. That's going to give it a really gorgeous caramelization. Okay. Perfect. And then now I'm going to put it back in the oven for about 400 degrees Celsius on boil. Okay? Sets for about at least 30 minutes or so before you cut into it. So I've already gone ahead and let it set a bit. Let me just and this is where the parchment paper really helps, because that's going to really help remove the cake. Let's give it a little try. And this is how it looks inside. Obviously it's got a little bit of brownness because of the cinnamon, but don't worry about how it looks. What matters is how it tastes. Oh my God. This is the best cassava cake yet. Absolutely amazing. So good. That cinnamon is so nice and strong, and it goes really well with the cassava flavor, and it's just so nice and has that nice Christmas warmth to it. It's beautiful. And the coconut, brilliant. All those flavors work so well together. And you get a hint of almond. And the almond really brings something unique to it. Like, you get this nuttiness, and you kind of can't figure out what it is until you actually know what's inside of it. But I mean, if you're serving this to your guests, they're gonna be like, what is this? What does this taste? Like, there's something like different about it. It's so amazing. Definitely give this recipe a try. It is so incredible. And this will go really well with a nice cup of tea or coffee. It is so delicious. Well, I hope you give this a try over the holidays or whenever you just are craving cassava cake. And I hope you make a reservation over here. Click like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.